And a pleasant good morning to you all, parents and children alike, grandparents. And I'm quite excited today to be with you all again. And welcome to another session of Growing Up with Values with Aunty Drups. And again, last week we celebrated Mother's Day. And I had a few late poems. Today I'm just going to mention one or two names. Aisha Baptiste Griffith from your children. Belated Mother's Day greeting. From San Mateo, happy Mother's Day greeting, belated as well from Gabriella. And Kiran Babulal, who is also a very ardent follower of this program. Kiran, greetings come out to you from Devan, Juhi and Thea. And of course, happy birthday to your mom, Indra Babulal, who celebrated last week as well. And Indra, these greetings come with lots of love from us all, from Q and the children and the rest of the family. And a little boy from Felicity, Nivan Ori, celebrates his birthday this weekend as well. Nivan, lots of love from your mom, Mira, grandmother, Mati, 8, and the rest of the family. So I hope you all have been treating your mom like the queen that she is after Mother's Day. Let Mother's Day be every day in your life. And you love your mommy, you let your mommy know you appreciate her so very much every day. And of course your daddy as well, right? So you hug and you kiss your dad and mom every day when you leave the house to go to school. That's when this COVID-19 is over. You tell your mom and dad how much you love them morning and evening. Let them know that you love and appreciate them. And before we begin, let us sit quietly and get ourselves ready for another session of Growing Up with Values. So sit quietly in position. Close your eyes gently. Right, everybody close your eyes. I'm looking at you. Good. Let's close our eyes, cross our legs on the floor. And you sit calmly, oh so calmly. You are thinking good thoughts. I am such a beautiful child. I am lucky to have those people around me who love me so much. It is such a beautiful day outside. And I love and I appreciate all that surrounds me. And we think of the words, someone is always watching. Someone is always watching. And we repeat that over and over as we sit with our eyes closed. And we are feeling very calm, very peaceful. Again, we repeat, someone is always watching. And slowly we open our eyes. And how do you feel? Okay, you can open your eyes. All of you? Right. Right, and after listening to that calming music, how do we feel? All right, yeah, we feel very much at peace. We feel very calm. And we are ready to take on another session of Growing Up with Values. Okay, so today, last week you all made Mother's Day cards. So today I'm going to tell you a story about a teacher, Miss Mitchell. She used to teach in a school in Tunapuna. Right? Her name was Miss Mitchell, taught in a school in Tunapuna, and the children in her class were about 9 and 10 years old. Right? So they were very intelligent children. They were very obedient children. They did all that their parents asked them to do, and they did all that their teachers asked them to do. They never spoke in class without being asked. When they were at home, they used to eat healthy. They used to obey their parents and do as they were told. So we have a class, Miss Mitchell had a class of very, very good students, intelligent students as well. So one Friday, she gave them a weekend assignment. And she said, children, when you go home this weekend, I need you to do something. But I want you all to be, I want it to be a secret. I don't want anybody to know that you're doing it. Because afterwards, we are going to present it for Parents' Day. So all the children were very excited that when children get something to do and they're not supposed to show it to anyone, they're very excited. This is a secret. And they were all up and ready to go. So Miss said to them, children, I want you all to write one page on my mom, right? It's a little story on my mom. And nobody must see you. So the children were thinking of ways, and children are very, very creative. They know exactly what to do and how to do it. So everybody had in their minds that what they're going to do when they get home. So all the children were thinking, how can I get to do this assignment without anybody seeing? My mommy and daddy can't see, my brothers and sisters cannot see. So they were thinking of ways to do this assignment. So first of all, it was an assignment for the weekend, so they had a lot of time in which to do it. So when mommy and daddy put children to sleep, they usually spend some time and tell them a story and sing a song and so on. Okay, your mommy and daddy do that for you as well? Right, I'm sure mommies and daddies sing to you before bedtime and they tell you stories and they play games with you and all of that stuff. So first there was Mandela, right? His mommy came to see what he was doing, if he was asleep or still awake. As she opened the door, Mandela was there sleeping. And you know what? He was pretending to be asleep. So mommy just looked at him and said, oh my gosh, this child is so very tired. He fell asleep already. And she took off the lights and she closed the door and she left. And she thought that he was asleep. But Mandela got up after that, put on his light and did his assignment. And nobody interrupted him because they thought he was asleep. Right. Now, Sarvesh now, he thinking of how he can do this assignment without anybody seeing. So he said to his mommy and daddy, I need to go to the garage and look for my ball. So he went to the garage, he took his book secretly, hid it under his shirt, and went to the garage and pretended he was looking for his balls and some other toys. And he sat there and he did his assignment so nobody could see him, and he was very pleased with himself. Now little Mr. Viresh, he wanted to know, how can I do my assignment without anybody knowing? So when his mommy and daddy left for work, he sat by himself and he did his assignment, and everyone was able to hide from everyone else and do their assignment. So they were all very, very excited about the secret assignment, and all the children thought of creative ways in which nobody could see them doing this assignment. So Monday morning, all the children took their assignment to school. So everybody excitedly told Miss Mitchell, Miss, I hid when I went to bed and mommy didn't know I was asleep and I did my assignment. The next one said, I went to the garage and I did my assignment. And so they were carrying on. And Miss just took the assignments and put it on her desk. And little Arna now came up to Miss, and Arna was feeling very, very sad. And Miss said, Arna, why are you sad? And Arna said, Miss, I didn't do the homework. I didn't do my assignment, Miss. I am so sorry. So Miss was very surprised. Miss said, Arna, why didn't you do it? She said, Miss, I was looking all around. Mommy and Daddy were not there, and nobody was there, but I couldn't do my assignment. She said, Arna, why? Because someone is always watching me. And Miss turned her and smiled and said, Arna, who is watching you all the time? And what was the answer? Can you guess what was the answer? Right, right. You all got it, right? You never thought of the answer before. The answer is God is always watching. So Miss said, Arna, I am so proud of you. You got the correct answer. Everyone else did the assignment, but they forgot person is always looking, and that is God. So, Arna, you got top marks today. Everybody will have to get a few less marks because they forgot that God is always watching. Right? So, you must remember that in your daily life. And I'm going to ask you some questions now. Let me see how well you all were listening. And you will answer these questions to mommy or dad. Now, where was this school located? Right. If you said Tunapuna, you are correct. What was the teacher's name? Good, right. The teacher's name was Miss Mitchell. How old were the students of this class? Right, they were between 9 and 10 years. Now, what was the assignment Miss gave over the weekend? Right, she wanted them to write something about mommy, which she was going to present on Parents' Day, but nobody was going to see it. How did the children feel when they returned to school on Monday morning? Yeah, everybody was so very excited. Now, do you remember some of the ways in which the children kept it a secret? Yeah. Yes, you all have the correct answers. Very good. Why was Arna sad? Good, right, because she didn't do the homework. What reason did she give the teacher? Right, Devan, you got that correct. Yes, yes. Someone was always watching. How did you feel when you heard Arna's reply that God was watching? Right, yes. Everyone remembers that God is watching. Right, very good. Now, what did you all learn from this story? Right, you learned that someone is always watching you. And if mommy and daddy and granny and nobody's around, someone is still watching you. And he knows whether you're good, whether you're bad, whether you're doing the right thing or you're doing the wrong thing. So that is why you must always, always be doing the correct thing. Right. So today we're going to share the song for you. Okay? Be careful, little eyes, what you see. There's a Father up above and he's looking down with love. So be careful, little eyes, what you see. Right? So be careful. Just remember these words and the tune. I'm sure a lot of you all already know the song. So we're going to hear Vaishnavi and Sakshi and Nishesh and Shervi sing the song for you as you follow it along. Okay. And it's a very, very common song. Be careful, little eyes, what you see. Be careful, little eyes, what you see. There's a Father up above and he's looking down with love. So be careful, little eyes, what you see. And then we have some other verses. So listen well.
So be careful, little hands, what you do. Be careful, little feet, where you go. Be careful, little feet, where you go. There's a So be careful, little feet, where you go.
Okay, so we'll do it again. Be careful, little eyes, what you see. Sing along with me, please. Be careful, little eyes, what you see. Be careful, little eyes, what you see. There's a Father up above, and He's looking down with love. So be careful, little eyes, what you see. Be careful, little ears, what you hear. Be careful, little ears, what you hear. There's a Father up above, and He's looking down with love. So be careful, little ears, what you hear. Be careful, little eyes, what you see.
There's a Father up above, and He's looking down with love. So be careful, little eyes, what you see. Be careful, little ears, what you hear. Be careful, little ears, what you hear. There's a Father up above, and He's looking down with love. So be careful, little ears, what you hear. Be careful, little mouth, what you say. Be careful, little mouth, what you say. There's a Father up above, and He's looking down with love. So be careful, little mouth, what you say. Be careful, little hands, what you do. Be careful, little hands, what you do. There's a Father up above, and He's looking down with love. So be careful, little hands, what you do. Be careful, little feet, where you go. Be careful, little feet, where you go. There's a Father up above, and He's looking down with love. So be careful, little feet, where you go.
Okay, so now could you sing along with me, please? Right? I would like to hear all your voices. 2, 3. Be careful, little eyes, what you see. Be careful, little eyes, what you see. There's a Father up above, and He's looking down with love. So be careful, little eyes, what you see. Be careful, little ears, what you hear. Be careful, little ears, what you hear. There's a Father up above, and He's looking down with love. So be careful, little ears, what you hear. Be careful, little mouth, what you speak. Be careful, little mouth, what you speak. There's a Father up above, and He's looking down with love. So be careful, little mouth, what you speak. Be careful, little hands, what you do. Be careful, little hands, what you do. There's a Father up above, and He's looking down with love. So be careful, little hands, what you do. Be careful, little feet, where you go. Be careful, little feet, where you go. There's a Father up above, and He's looking down with love. So be careful, little feet, where you go. All right, now we're going to do it a little bit of action, okay? So I want you all to follow me. When we say eyes, you touch your eyes, and there's a Father up above, and He's looking down with love, and you put the sign for love, okay? So we're going to do that. You follow me, and you do your actions, right? Be careful, little eyes, what you see. Be careful, little eyes, what you see. There's a Father up above, and He's looking down with love. So be careful, little eyes, what you see. Be careful, little ears, what you hear. Be careful, little ears, what you hear. There's a Father up above, and He's looking down with love. So be careful, little ears, what you hear. Be careful, little mouth, what you speak. Be careful, little mouth, what you speak. There's a Father up above, and He's looking down with love. So be careful, little mouth, what you speak. Be careful, little hands, what you do. Be careful, little hands, what you do. There's a Father up above, and He's looking down with love. So be careful, little hands, what you do. Be careful, little feet, where you go. Be careful, little feet, where you go. There's a Father up above, and He's looking down with love. So be careful, little feet, where you go. Right? So we have to be careful that someone is watching. And who is that someone? Perfect. That someone is God. And sometimes in life we think that nobody is watching. So we always have to be careful of what we do. Even we as adults, we have to be careful what we do. Because sometimes we too forget that God is watching. And maybe we might just tell you all a little white lie. But we remember as well that God is watching. So whether it's what you do or what you say, or what, that is why you must not tell any lies. You must speak the truth all the time. That is why you must not look at anything that God does not want us to look at. When you look at it and you say, my gosh, what a horrible picture. Don't look at it again. You must not look at it again. And the things that we hear. Sometimes we hear people saying inappropriate words and doing inappropriate things. And we must stay away from situations like that, right? Nowadays, mummies and daddies leave us with some people and they trust people. And people must know that when someone trusts you, you must keep up that trust. Okay, so you must be careful of who you are with and what you speak about and what people do to you. If you are not comfortable with a situation, you tell mommy and daddy, right? So people have to, you know, mommy and daddy depend on people to look after you sometimes. But if you are not comfortable in a situation like that, you tell mommy and daddy. Okay, so we must always, always, always remember that there is someone watching us. And I would like you all to do something for me for the next few days. And please, mummies and daddies, send the assignment so that I can show it to you next week. Okay, so we have a yes column and a no column. And we have a thing down here. And what did we learn today? We learned that be careful little eyes what you see. So we draw an eye. And we say yes to the things that we can see with our eyes and no to the things that we should not see. Okay? And then we have the ears. We draw ears here. And the same thing, yes and no. So we have learned eyes, ears, mouth. A yes and a no. What else did we learn? Right, hands. Draw your hands. And a yes and a no, and we draw the feet, right? So it's the eyes, ears, mouth, hands, and feet. And we say yes, what God looking at us and what the right things we should do and what we should not do. So I would really, really like you all to do this for me and send it so that I would put the things on next week. So let us sing the song once more. Okay, are we ready to sing the song? Good. 2, 3. Be careful, little eyes, what you see. Everybody, everybody. Be careful, little eyes, what you see. There's a Father up above, and He's looking down with love. So be careful, little eyes, what you see. Be careful, little ears, what you hear. Be careful, little ears, what you hear. There's a Father up above, and He's looking down with love. So be careful, little ears, what you hear. Be careful, little mouth, what you speak. Be careful, little mouth, what you speak. There's a Father up above, and He's looking down with love. So be careful, little mouth, what you speak. Be careful, little hands, what you do. Be careful, little hands, what you do. There's a Father up above, and He's looking down with love. So be careful, little hands, what you do. Be careful, little feet, where you go. Be careful, little feet, where you go. There's a Father up above, and He's looking down with love. So be careful, little feet, where you go. So you all are little children. You are very good children. And I expect you all to follow all that we have said here today. And now, how have you all been over the last few days? Would you all like to send me some answers? What have you been doing that is good? And what have you been that you should be doing? Right. I hope mommies and daddies do not have to keep telling you all the time, behave yourself, put away the switch off the TV, get out a book, take this time to read, and wherever you are weak in school, you do a lot of maths, you do a lot of English, you do anything that would just upgrade your work, right? You listen to your parents. Sometimes in life, parents say things and we don't actually want to follow what our parents say. But when you get older, you realize that your parents are very wise people, and sometimes you don't understand immediately, why is mommy and daddy telling me that? That's not right. But later on in life, when you get older and you get more mature, you know why parents are correcting you and why parents are telling you want to do something or not. So we don't usually and all the time understand why parents say what do they say. But in their wisdom, they try to keep us on the straight and narrow path. And sometimes if you have a doubt or a query with whatever your parents are telling you, sit down and say, Mommy and Daddy, I do not understand why you're telling me this. Why are you telling me this? And let them explain to you why they're telling you this. Sometimes you just cannot get on a high horse and say, oh gosh, don't tell me that. That is not my business. I'm not interested in that. You sit calmly and quietly and say, Mommy and Daddy, explain this to me, please. Why is this so? Why is that not so? So sometimes parents would explain to you what has to be explained. But you just cannot get angry and walk out the room or something like that. You listen, you take advice, and you see in your own mind why they are telling you what they are telling you. And now, God is always watching. And I want you all to remember that. And I would like you all to do this for me, please. Mommies and daddies, please encourage your children to do this and just WhatsApp it to me at 374-6968, right? Again, 374-6968. And I'll be very glad with parents' suggestions, what they think I should include and what not to include, and give me a call. I would really, really, really like to get some feedback and some comments from all you parents, how your children are reacting and whatever feedback you can. So now it is time that we end this class, and hoping next Thursday at the same time, next Sunday at the same time, 11 o'clock, I will see you guys. So, goodbye guys, and love you guys from Aunty Drups. Bye, love you.